Hi, welcome to Universal Interiors. I'm Leslie Inglestead and very happy to have you in the kitchen. So today I've got a little idea. It's just like right now, this time of year, thinking holidays. So everybody's like, oh, I have had too many treats. Oh, I should bring something for treats. So this is one of those real quick, delicious, and it's such a great reminder of when I was a kid. Those great old cook recipe books that are from the church that has so many of them. It calls it the Nutgoodie Bar. So today I'm just going to mix up a little fun and chocolate. Of course, a little peanut butter might be in there. And yeah, something really nice and simple. I just love the time frame that I have to do these shows. It just makes me, like I said, especially when I get to hear from y'all, and you've also had this, oh, I just made this, or this reminds me of my mom, and I get that from time to time, and it makes me really happy about that. So today's pretty simple. We are going to take simple chips. We've got butterscotch. It's one of those packages. It's a couple cups, about that. So I am going to make one. It's about a 2-cup butterscotch. And I'm going to do the same, and I just use a semi-sweets. That's just a big old package of it. So, okay, maybe I do a little bit more because you should have a little more chocolate. That always weighs better for me and hopefully for y'all, because I'm convinced it's good for us. Absolutely convinced. Okay, then I'm going to take about a cup of peanut butter. And again, you can do this. I should have taken my handy dandy fun cup, but y'all know me kind of. See, this is nearly half a cup. That's how I work the deal. So that's about a half a cup. You could put it in there, but for me, it's just as easy. Then I don't have to use that and clean it up later. But 2 big old heapings like this, okay, maybe not quite that heaping. There, makes such a perfect cup. Again, since I put a little extra chocolate, it should work out great. So today it's true, I'm going to use a microwave. Sometimes, if I had the time and thought about it, I would have put this in the oven. Whoops. Right now, that's in convection form. Funny little story about that. I had a convection oven in my home for about 15 years without knowing it was a convection oven. I just thought it was a microwave. So it's working out pretty perfect since our little family needed an oven for about a month. I discovered wonderful thing. A lot of y'all have those in the kitchens, I know, but you can do great things with a microwave / convection when you come down to it. So right now I'm melting that up. I'm going to take, you can do a lot of different things in this recipe. It calls simply for just marshmallows and some nuts. And today I've got a little mixed nuts. A lot of people, the Nutgoodie Bar to me had like you sell them still at the store. There's like a little maple flavoring in there. This is not, however, going to have any maple flavoring because I don't like it. But you're welcome to flavor it up that way. And just as simple as that, you can put those in little drops, or we can put it in a pan. So that is now going to be peeked at to see what the meltage looks like. Nope, I'm going to go a little longer with that. I do want to talk about when we have holiday times, and I can't hardly help but visit where I was in the years go past, and everybody does their tree trimming, they call it, or decorating. And this year I had a whole bunch of nostalgic moments. I just stopped and looked at those, maybe as I put up an ornament or picked up a book. And maybe getting older, maybe just having different losses in life or changes. It's a time period that I do have a number of you talking to me. Again, I so appreciate it. But when I get your words, oftentimes I'm met with, oh, you've got so much to share. And I want to encourage y'all, you have so much to share. When we have these things that we've been given in our life to help make us ourselves, and holidays really help form those memories and the habits perhaps that we're going to pass on to our family. So during that time frame, I think it looks about right, but during that time frame, I am just going to encourage y'all just to write down some memories, and write down some, or try to get somebody in your family to listen to one of those memories or 2 of them and share, because I think it's super important to pass on all those sweet little times of our grandma used to do this, or this came from my aunt, or you know what? Times just keep changing, and I think, especially up here in the Midwest, which I celebrate so often that I get to be a Midwesterner, we have so many really cherished precious memories. And so during this time period, or whenever you catch the show, maybe I want to challenge you to just go home and write down some of those Christmas memories. This is one of those today. That's why I'm making this bar. It was definitely a Christmas memory. We did a lot of baking and treat making at this time of year, and I know a bunch of you still do. However, I don't as much, but a couple things I just gotta have, and this is one of those. So again, I have now got this pretty well melted up chocolate butterscotch and peanut butter. Okay, I am then gonna take about 1 cup, and it calls for peanuts, but I'm just gonna use mixed. So I'm just dumping that in there. Might be a little chunky, and it might be a little more than a cup, but there it is, nuts in there. And then, yes, marshmallows. That very good organic, not organic food that I try to, and sometimes it doesn't want to move just that fast. We're going to go for about 3 cups of marshmallows. But as it shakes out of my little jar, it's going to be just about a half of this. So that's what I'm running with. 3 cups and a tad bit more. But really what I do is, as you see, I just stir it all up in there, and I've got that base layer of chocolate, butterscotch, and peanut butter. So we are just gonna make it until it covers most all of those goodies. And you can see I might want to stop right there. Again, I did those nuts, and if you use cocktail peanuts or Spanish peanuts, they're gonna be a little bit smaller. But as it is right now, just like that, magically, you can see it even better. There it is. Isn't that luscious looking? I might throw in a little bit more marshmallows just for the fun of it. I have done a show once or twice along the same basin. Sometimes I use like a granola thing, but this is, like I said, just a really sweet little memory. I'm sure it was a pretty quick one for grandmas to make when they were entertaining all the family. Our family is quite small compared to most of them had, 20, 30 years ago. A lot of them, I always just get bewildered when I had a friend have 2 children. I had 1. I was like, oh, how did you do it? And there's plenty out there that had 6, 7, and 8. Still do, perhaps. But anyways, here, back to the kitchen, we have, this is a really good one. I could stir a little longer just to help this whole holiday core, okay? Don't forget, in the kitchen, the core, the whole works. It's the best way to bake. Definitely for Leslie. And I might sneak a few more marshmallows in there because it's just, you'll be able to tell. You just don't want to have it too thin, okay? And you can do this, I have been told, you can freeze them right away, you can let them cool, but I definitely would say keep them in the fridge and bring them out as much as you can to share. So I'm just going to do a simple little, just like that, glass pan, and it should spread that pretty good. And you can do, I love these church cookbooks. They go, put it in a pan, like a pan. So you'll have to figure out just what size you want, how thick you want them, and the consistency. But I'm loving it. And I don't go crazy when I scrape. I think you might guess why. Because you might then have a little left over for yourself later. That's my suggestion. So I had a few suggestions along the way today. Again, I'm challenging you, when you see this show, to write yourself down, even if it's June. Write down that Christmas memory and be prepared to share that, because that's something, those handwritten notes, they'll be passed on and they'll be treasured. Voila, there it is, the Nutgoodie Bar. You don't even have to put nuts in it for that matter, but we did today. And I certainly hope that you have a really wonderful, and have had a wonderful Christmas season. And this brand new year, again, give yourself a break. Yes, you can have treats like this, just perhaps not a third of the pan. Just suggestions. Anyways, you make it a beautiful day, and thanks again for turning in to Universal Interiors. I'm Les Inglestead. Make it a great day. Thanks.